I would like to call the special meeting of the City Council to order. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Rounds. Councilmember Mora.
Here.
Councilmember Martin.
Here?
Councilmember Rounds.
Tim.
Oh, wait, I went off. Hold on. Councilmember Rounds. Councilmember Mora. Councilmember Martin.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez. And Mayor Zamora.
Here.
That was hard to do, right?
Okay, public comments are now open. The public may address the City Council on closed session items only. For those that are here to make public comment, you will have an opportunity, once the city clerk announces your name, you will have 3 minutes to speak. City Clerk, do we have any members of the public that wish to speak?
We do not have any comments, Mayor.
I will now close public comments. Closed session. I would like to call upon the city attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. For your first meeting as mayor, we only have one closed session item today, which is conference with real property negotiators. Closed session is authorized pursuant to Government Code Section 54956B8 for this item. When we re-adjourn back into open session, I will provide a report out on what took place in closed session. Thank you.
We will now recess to closed session. We will reconvene the meeting after the closed session discussion to hear a report from the city attorney and to continue with the rest of the meeting.
This way? Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready. You can go. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to call the meeting to order. I would like to call the regular meetings of the Public Financing Authority, Water Utility Authority, Housing Successor Agency, and City Council to order.
Mayor, before we do that, can I report out on closed session?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. Members of the City Council, the record should reflect that the City Council recessed into closed session to discuss the sole item on the closed session agenda, conference with real property negotiators. With respect to this item, the City Council and Mayor received a briefing from the City Manager and Legal Counsel. Feedback was provided, but no final action was taken. Thank you.
All right, roll call, City Clerk.
Councilmember Rounds.
Here?
Councilmember Mora.
Here.
Councilmember Martin. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez. Here. Mayor Zamora.
Here.
Members of the Public Financing Authority and Water Utility Authority receive $150 for their attendance at these meetings.
Thank you. Invocation, I would like to call upon Samuel Zamora to lead today's invocation. So if you guys can please stand.
Heavenly Father, we ask your blessing on this council as we meet tonight. Grant us both wisdom and compassion as we make decisions about the future of our community. We ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. Our Pledge of Allegiance will also be by Samuel Zamora, so if you can please lead us in that.
Please face the flag. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Real quick, Sammy, before you step away, can you tell everybody your long list of things that you do at Santa Fe High School?
Yes, at Santa Fe High School, I serve as the ASB Vice President. I am also involved in athletics such as football and soccer. And then beyond that, I serve as the Southern Regional Director for the California Association of Student Leaders, also known as CASEL State Board.
And he's actually top 3 on the King of Hearts, right? Yeah. Well, his twin brother is one of the other. So either way, thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. God bless you. Oh, Sammy, you want to take a picture with us real quick? You want your jacket on? Because that might be the last time you wear a chief jacket. Stand right there in the middle. Clock. Thank you. Okay, presentations, please. Recognition of the 2025 Holiday Home Decorating Contest winners. I would like to call Deborah Rea, a Library Service Manager.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Council members. The annual Holiday Home Decorating Contest is presented by the Beautification and Historical Preservation Advisory Committee and is open to all Santa Fe Springs residents. Committee members reviewed all submitted entries on December 11th and evaluated each home based on use of lights, use of decorations, heartfeltness, and overall effort. This evening, we're proud to recognize the top 10 homes that have received the highest scores. The first one, 9217 Albertus Avenue, Winter Wonderland. That's the home of Jose Vargas. 10227 Fallon Avenue, All of Us. That's the home of Walter Castillo. 10350 Longworth Avenue with the theme of Mickey and Friends Christmas. That's the home of Juan Galvan. 10807 Jersey Avenue with theme of Christmas Joy. That's the home of the Garcia family. 11156 Charlesworth Road with the theme of the Three Wonders. That's the home of Gabriel Sandoval. And then on 11202 Garriddle Street with the theme of Candyland, that's the home of Alexandra Espinoza. 11208 Garriddle Street with the theme of Christmas prayers. That's the home of the Corona family. 11314 Clarkman Street with the theme of Christmas. That's the home of Craig and Monica. 11426 Cecilia Street with the theme of musical lights every 15 minutes. That's the home of Nick Van Houten. And the last home we're honoring, 11436 Darcy Street, the theme, It's a Wonderful World. That's the home of Jose Luis Renteria. Now I'd like to invite all the winners that are present and the members of the Historical and Community Preservation Committee to come up for a group picture.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're going to have a Thanksgiving one, too. Thank you to all the participants, for decorating your homes. It does really bring a holiday cheer, and, it brings excitement to a lot of the kids and people in our community. So thank you for spending those countless hours. And for those of you bosses out there that were probably telling your spouses or telling your kids what to do, thank you for managing them during this time. So either way, thank you, guys. Now, the 2026 Tournament of Roses Santa Fe Springs Float. Director of Community Services, Kylie Torres.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Council members. Before I say a few words, we'd like to take a moment to look back at what made this year's Rose Float effort so special. This short video captures the heart, hard work, and community pride behind the 2026 Santa Fe Springs Rose Float, so I hope you please enjoy it.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, members of the council. So this evening, I'm too very excited to provide you with an update on the 2026 Rose Float Design Selection.
City, and they've been very instrumental on the Rose Parade Float. And thank you for supporting us and acknowledging that this is important for our city. And we hope that that continues, and we want to keep doing this for a long, long time.
We have a lot of volunteers. We have over 200 volunteers that are going to want to come and help decorate this float.
Well, let's show them how they can do that. We're going to put some information on the screen for Phoenix Decorating Company here in Irwindale.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Welcome to the 137th annual, I got to get my stuff right, Rose Parade presented by Honda. I'm your girl, Lonnie Love.
And I'm Darren Hayes. Now, the theme for this year's parade is the magic in teamwork. And we're here to honor the organizations, agencies, and community partners that make the Rose Parade America's New Year celebration.
All aboard for our next float, the city of Santa Fe Springs. Their theme is a great place to live, work, and play.
Now, the float recognizes Heritage Park, a local landmark that showcases historical eras, including a railroad exhibit and a Native American village of the Tongva people who lived in this area for thousands of years. Now, they won this year's Queen Award for the most outstanding use of roses.
So tonight, we are so proud to recognize the 2026 Santa Fe Springs Rose Float as a major community achievement. This year, Santa Fe Springs didn't just participate in the Tournament of Roses. The city was honored with the Queen Award for outstanding presentation and use of roses. That recognition reflects months of coordination, planning, and teamwork across many different groups. Throughout the decorating season, over 500 volunteers contributed their time and effort to help bring the float to completion, playing a key role in its success. Many of those volunteers here in the room tonight. Community engagement continued to play a role beyond the parade day. On January 5th and 6th, more than 4,600 patrons visited Heritage Park to view the float up close. And for many residents, this was their first opportunity to experience the Rose Float at home. And the turnout and the enthusiasm were truly special. I'd like to give a special thanks to one of our part-time program leader 3, Angelina Aldana. She's sitting back here. So you all didn't see her, but she was coordinating much of the behind-the-scenes work that kept this effort on track, and her organization and attention to detail were critical throughout the process. I would also like to thank Phoenix Decorating Company, whose partnerships with city staff ensure a collaborative and efficient effort from start to finish. And then finally, this effort would not have been possible without the Heritage Arts Advisory Committee, the city manager, and of course, the city council, with each of you representing the Santa Fe Springs on the world stage. So thank you to everyone who helped make this effort a success. Thank you.
I don't know if you guys, any of you volunteers that were there, would you guys like to take a picture on behalf of the, for the Rose Parade float? Also, young lady, get up here too. And I know you're gonna say no, but you were behind the scenes. And for those of you guys who decorated your homes for contest winners, this is a great opportunity to help decorate next year's float. The theme should be coming out by the end of the month, is that correct? Yeah? Oh, welcome. There's a new theme right there. And also for students, they actually get time too for volunteering. Thank you guys for all your support. All right, now we're going to be going to Parks and Recreation Master Plan. Director of Parks and Recreation, Gus Hernandez.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor. And before we jump into the master plan, I just want to congratulate Kylie and her team. They did an outstanding job with that Rose Parade. So tonight is an important milestone for our city, as this is the very first time that our city has taken this comprehensive look at our parks and recreation system. This represents taking a strategic long-term look at our entire park and recreation, not just by facility or by program, but as an entire system. So before we get started, I do just want to recognize some people that have been integral in this effort, starting with our city staff. We've had our Parks and Rec managers, Leanne Yates and Rick Brown, who have worked a lot of the behind the scenes, making this plan happen. We also have with us our management analyst, Ashley Doshi, who's here in the crowd tonight. And we do also have our consulting team of KTUA, Pros Consulting, and RRC. With KTUA, we have Joe Punsalin, Alex Samarin, Nicole Rogue, Isabel Perez, and Madeline Peischer. And we do have Alex on the line, who'd just like to welcome Alex. If we could get him on the line, please.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. My name is Alex Samarin. I work at KTUA Planning and Landscape Architecture. We do a lot of these parks and recreation master plans. We're based in San Diego, but do a lot of work in the LA area. We recently completed the Whittier Parks master plan. So thanks for having me tonight. I'm here to answer questions as they may come up. Thanks.
Thank you, Alex. All right, so what is a Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Master Plan? So this is a roadmap that guides short, mid, and long-term decisions related to parks, facilities, and to our programs. It's updated roughly every 10 years, and importantly, it balances infrastructure, programming, and financial sustainability, ensuring that we're planning responsibly while we're still being aspirational. And community engagement is at the forefront here, ensuring that we're capturing community engagement and their sentiment towards park and recreation. So why is this master plan important? Parks and recreation are directly tied to a community's physical health, mental wellness, social connection, and the local economy. As Santa Fe Springs grows and changes, our parks and recreation system must evolve alongside it. This master plan ensures that future investments improve quality of life for both current residents and for future residents, while maintaining equitable access across all neighborhoods. So here's a look at our timeline here. So we kicked off this project in April of 2025. We've done a lot of community engagement. We're at the tail end of gathering community engagement, and we're finalizing the draft plan. So today's plan represents an update. It's not the comprehensive master plan. Our goal is to return to council later this year with a final recommendation for adoption. As far as community engagement, what we've done so far with the help of our consulting team, we've been intentional about meeting residents where they're at. And so we've had pop-up events, workshops, surveys, and focus groups. Engagement has occurred at major city events like National Night Out, Movies in the Park, the Halloween Carnival, and our tree lighting. And we've also conducted targeted focus groups with our teens, and I really want to thank our Youth Leadership Committee. They were instrumental in getting a lot of teens to our workshop there and really getting their voice as part of this master plan. We've also done focus groups with our seniors, with our sports leagues, with staff, and with some of our advisory committees. Some of the engagement results so far is that residents consistently identified top priorities such as splash pads, walking paths and trails, updated play areas, and dog parks as their top priorities. We did also do a community survey. We collected 471 statistically valid surveys, and from those surveys, the findings were that Heritage Park, Los Nietos Park, and Little Lake Park were the three most frequently visited parks by our residents. Trails and pathways stood out as one of the highest needs but lowest needs met, highlighting a clear opportunity for improvement in that area. Another topic that came up was safety, lighting, and walkability were repeatedly identified as key factors that would increase park usage by our residents. Our next community engagement event will be at the President's Day Carnival on February 16th. Our team will host a large interactive booth featuring our draft recommendations, prioritization activities, and family-friendly engagement. So as part of our master plan, we do currently evaluate the existing conditions. And so we currently oversee 7 parks, 5 parkettes and plazas, 1 aquatic center, 1 community garden, indoor facilities, and the historic Clark Estate. And the most residential areas are within a 10-minute walk of a park with only minor service gaps identified. And so this map illustrates the city's existing park and facility system, and there's a residential layer that's included to help identify potential service gaps in parks and recreation. But overall, what we found out is that access to our park system is very, very strong. And so this confirms that while access is generally strong, quality amenities and modernization are the next frontier for our department. We really, although we do have great park spaces, we do need to focus on modernizing these facilities. In this next slide here, so this is the park level of service, often referred to as LOS. It is a planning metric used by cities to evaluate whether they have an appropriate amount of parkland to serve their population. It's most commonly expressed as park acres per 1,000 residents, and this metric helps us answer a basic but very important question. Do we have enough park space to meet the needs of our community today and in the future? And so based on the current population data, Santa Fe Springs is meeting its adopted park acreage goals today. However, population projections show growth by 2040, which means that maintaining this level of service will require proactive planning. And that's where this Parks and Rec Master Plan comes in. This plan allows our city to look ahead and identify strategies to add parkland where it's feasible, to improve quality and functionality of existing parks, and to leverage joint use, multi-use, and innovative park solutions. And so here we see that our population as of 2023 is approximately 19,000 residents, and we have approximately 4.57 acres of park space per resident. It's far above the national standards at this time. However, if we look to the future, when we're fully built out, as identified in our general plan, we do have a deficit of approximately 33 acres of park space. One other thing that this master plan identified is the travel shed. And so a travel shed shows how far a resident can walk to a park, typically about a 10-minute or half-mile distance. And this analysis shows that most of Santa Fe Springs neighborhoods already have good walkable access to parks, allowing us to focus future efforts on improving quality and amenities rather than park access alone. Another thing that we've identified with this master plan is that it explores a range of potential park and facility improvements to modernize our facilities, including planning for future and incorporating smart technologies and functions. And so these concepts, what I'm going to show you, are just vision level ideas. These are not final plans. They're simply designed to engage discussion and start prioritization. So this one you're very familiar with, our aquatic center. We're in construction right now, phase 1B. Opportunity here is in phase 2, we can include renovations to the pool house. Another proposed project here is Lake Center Athletic Park. Proposed improvements include a multi-use field, additional soccer fields, walking paths, and additional parking on the north side. And so these concepts do respond directly to community input and a growing demand for field space. So there you see Florence is on the left of your screen, Clarkman would be on the right of your screen. Switching over to Santa Fe Springs Athletic Fields. The concept here includes adding a multi-use baseball and softball field, as well as batting cages in the middle of the fields there. And these improvements would support both baseball and softball programming. Over at Los Nietos Park, this concept shows a proposed improvement to include a synthetic turf soccer complex, mini pitch soccer, and even enhance the activity center with expanded areas. And so this would certainly enhance usability and reduce maintenance demands. The Gus Velasco Neighborhood Center, this project you're familiar with as well. This is a 5-story senior housing building that our Community Development Department has already identified. However, including this plan in the master plan ensures that we're able to integrate services for seniors to better serve our senior population. Potential new park here, we've talked about this one before, is the potential new park, the river parcel. And so this plan explores the possibility of a new park along that river corridor. And these amenities include a dog park, picnic areas, restroom, walking paths, and trail connections. And finally, the last concept that we have here is the Clark Estate, which presents an opportunity to expand public access, educational programming, and event space. And the proposed concepts include adding additional event areas, walking paths, an amphitheater, and improved parking. And so during our research, we discovered that Mrs. Clark was actually one of the founding members of the Hollywood Bowl. And so the idea would be to mimic an amphitheater type of venue that has a replica of the Hollywood Bowl shell, that iconic shell. And so there's definitely a nice connection there between the Hollywood Bowl and Mrs. Clark, and we'd love to showcase that to our residents. This also includes an additional 250 parking spaces, renovation of the chicken coop, expanded driveway, and additional storage. So as far as next steps over the coming months, we're going to continue to work with our consulting team. We'll continue community engagement, and we'll refine the recommendations. We do have a third workshop planned in the spring of 2026 to present the final recommendations to our community. And after that, we'll return back to our city council with a recommended plan for adoption. So that does conclude, one more thing. There is still opportunities to remain engaged. If you do have some comments, or if you have any ideas, we are still taking suggestions and recommendations, and so you can certainly engage with us. We do have a dedicated website. You can visit our city's social media channels, and we will be at future events as well. So we encourage all of our residents to continue to stay engaged. And so thank you very much for your time. This master plan certainly represents an intentional step forward in stewardship of our parks and recreation system. I'm happy to answer any questions, and we have our consultant team on the line as well to answer any questions if you have any.
Council, do you guys have any questions or concerns you guys would like to add?
No, I don't have any questions, but Gus, this looks amazing. I'm really proud of everybody involved in this. I'm glad that we move forward on this, and, you know, it's going to enhance the city and everything that we already have, just to put it to the next level. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
No, great job, great presentation, and looking forward. We really are going to be the city of Parks, so good job. Thank you.
Ladies?
I just think it's great. I love the parks. I love all the parks I've checked out. We've all checked every park out. We've went to all the ribbon cuttings, and we just want to say thank you, and thank you to all of our residents who come and inspire us to do great work. It's amazing. Thank you. And for the children, you know, we need the fresh air. It's healthy for us to get out there, go to our parks. Thank you.
I'm just happy how many community responses were there, because you really don't get too many. And our city shows how much our city gets involved with with everything that we do in our city. So I commend our residents for actually taking the time and do those surveys. And I just can't wait for a dog park. I can't wait for a dog park. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Before you leave, I also just want to bring up to you guys that, remember this, we couldn't do all this without Measure L. The voters, you guys stepped up, and this is why we passed this in November, got verified in December, and it gives us the opportunity to push swiftly, and so we can actually get this bonded, and once we get a bond, then we already have the money to go after it. So the voters, kudos to you guys, because you guys stepped up, and I know that we had a lot of young kids, teens, give input. We also had a lot of seniors in the middle area. I'm pretty sure if they were there giving input, they would have probably said pickleball. So, you know, just to let you know. And also, if we can do something about maybe putting this on our Go SFS app or something where people can actually look it up, and then if they have any, you know, any other things to add, they can just add it there. So then we make it easy for everybody to see it, so nobody says that, hey, I didn't know about this, and you know, even if we can use our school systems too to let them know, maybe they can push things out so we can get any more information. Absolutely. So thank you, Gus. I mean, and also, Gus, can you let people know when's the best time to actually apply for the City of Santa Fe Springs when it comes to Parks and Rec?
Well, it's like they say, the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, but the next best time is today. And so our positions are currently open right now. And so anybody interested in Program Leader 1 positions close pretty soon here. So please apply. We do have a job fair on January 31st. And so we encourage everybody to attend if you want to know more information about the current positions that are open in our city. And we will have a hiring expo at the end of February.
And this is a great chance for our youth that are 17 and older to actually come out. So I know there's times where council will get hit up and they're like, hey, and it's during the summertime saying, my child needs a job because I'm tired of them being at home, not doing anything. And it's like, if they don't start in January, it's very difficult for them to come in and you know, whether it be during the summer and after that. So it is true, the early bird does get the worm. So thank you. Thank you, guys. Next, a year of crime stats. I think we're already clapping too for a year crime stats. This is our new captain. If you guys have not met him, he just started last month, was it? Or 2 months ago?
3 weeks, 4 weeks ago.
Oh,
So
last month? I'm sorry.
No, it's going
You know,
by fast.
when you're in the rain in a tournament of roses, you know, we're just trying to get, you know, cleared up. So this is Captain David Elizarares. Did I say it correctly, or did I?
That is correct, yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right. And then also, those of you guys who have questions or concerns when it comes to safety in your neighborhoods, this is the individual you guys want to meet. So if you can also give some of the residents your phone number. Some people were saying they would like to see more policing. They see a lot of speeding in their areas. I mean, they're asking for speed bumps, and I know if policing can help them out, you know. So if you guys can, if you can share any type of information and how to contact you or how to email you, please do so too at this time.
Yes, that's not a problem, not a problem. Well, good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Council. I did want to start out by thanking the mayor and city council and the city manager for their continued support in law enforcement and supporting us to help police the city. My name is Captain David Alazares with the Whittier Police Department, and I'm here to provide the year-end police department update for the city of Santa Fe Springs. This has been a special year for us. As you can see, our badge up there, it represents the 30 years, and we have celebrated with the city of Santa Fe Springs your partnership, and we are excited about your continued support in law enforcement and placing the city's safety at top priority. Tonight, I will briefly review crime trends, response times, traffic collision data, calls for service and arrest, technology and enforcement initiatives, and we appreciate the council's continued support and partnership through this. As you can see, these are the reported Part 1 crimes, and this is from January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025. We track these numbers closely because they represent the most serious crimes reported to the federal government and are one of the main indicators used in evaluating public safety trends. As you can see, in reported crimes overall, that is the yellow highlighted area, we are down in total reported Part 1 crimes, 13%. I'd like to give credit to the Director of Police Services, Arlene Salazar, and her police service staff for the dedication to the city of Santa Fe Springs and their unwavering partnership in order to make this a successful year for us. There are areas that are red, as you can see, and I'd like to call those modest increases. And as you can see, that the areas are aggravated assaults, residential burglaries, and other thefts. I'm going to explain them a little bit. A lot of the aggravated assault categories are a combination of domestic violence and intoxicated people at parties that didn't get along, and there was an assault, or minor assaults out in the field. So the aggravated assaults vary depending on year to year. I would say that the increase is not a large increase, but it's still on our radar, something for us to pay attention to. With the residential burglary, we're pretty much on par with what we experienced last year. However, what we are doing about it is we continue to send out regular information via Nextdoor and social media, educating the people on how to protect their homes and how to make their homes safer. And the last category, as you can see, are other thefts. And this category contains thefts such as package thieves, or what they call porch pirates, stealing. Also, thefts from gym lockers, as an example, and employee thefts. So it's a large range of different kind of thefts reported, and that fluctuates depending on the victim, or if it's a business, if they report it or not. So that could fluctuate at times. But again, it's a concern overall when we have any kind of increase. Our goal is to continue targeted enforcement, strong investigation, and preventive strategies tied to help us lower these areas of crime. I would like to say, though, on a positive note, if I could point out, in our homicides, it is at a 0. I researched, and it's been over 10 years since the City of Santa Fe Springs has experienced that, so that's great news. This next slide represents our response time. For 2025, our average response time was 5 minutes and 3 seconds. This aligns with the national average of 5 to 7 minutes, as we are committed to maintaining and improving the performance. Behind that number is consistent staffing, good dispatch coordination, and proactive patrol coverage. For non-emergency calls, you can see that our average response time for 2025 was 15 minutes and 56 seconds. Now, I'd like to explain that non-emergency calls are a wide range of calls, from victims delaying the report call because it wasn't an emergency at the time for them, and they later reported it, or quality of life issues. We prioritize all our calls based on severity and officer availability. The calls are triaged and we adjust our resources positioned equally throughout the city in all 3 beats to maximize our ability to respond. Even with high call volume, we remain focused on timely service, completing thorough reports, and customer service and follow-up. While non-emergency calls may wait a little longer than emergency calls, we ensure that every call receives an appropriate response. We never intentionally delay any response calls, no matter the priority.
Can I ask you a question on that? On the average response time to emergency, what do you consider an emergency?
Emergency is going to be any kind of life or major property crime or any major assault are going to be emergency calls. Traffic collisions, yes, major injury traffic collisions, injury traffic collisions are going to be emergency calls.
And what's the response time on that?
It's between the 5 and 5 minutes and 3 seconds is the average.
Is there any time that it's beyond that?
It just depends for calls for service on and what the day has brought, but as far as us holding calls or responding, if we make available officers from other calls to get there as soon as we can.
And they would come from Whittier, correct?
It just depends. It depends on what kind of calls are in Springs, or if they're needed from Whittier, if there's additional units. We try to police the calls for service here with the staffing we have, but if additional units are needed from Whittier, they will respond.
And do you think with this number, with your average time and the officers that we have, do you think we are in need of more officers, or do you think our staffing is good?
Well, it's hard to really state that. We could always use more officers. I'm not going to say that we are good. You're never going to find enough officers. I guess enough officers would be 1 officer per resident here in the city, but obviously that's not a number that we could reach. I think that the City of Santa Fe Springs City Council has done a great job on increasing the amount of officers that we have, and I have some additional information on that increase, on what we've added, and I think that with the foresight that you guys have, we can make improvement as far as additional officers.
I think what Councilmember Martin's asking is probably, I don't know if you want me to piggyback on this, but maybe like an audit on the response time, just making sure, because maybe this may be the medium, where they average all together, and it might be a response time that you may see at 30 minutes, to an hour, and then you want it to, so maybe whatever we can do to get that better suited, I think that's what you're.
See what we could do to fix that.
Yes, I totally understand. Yes, we can do that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, we can do that.
Thank you. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, thank you.
So our next slide is our traffic collision or injury traffic collisions. And there was an increase in 3% for the year. This is a key public safety focus because of injury collisions impacting residents' business and overall quality of life. In our community, we don't experience a lot of violent crime, and so most of the residents here will never be a victim of violent crime. But every person who lives in and visits the city, including our officers, are susceptible to be injured or even killed by irresponsible behavior of drivers. Because of this, the city manager and the council have placed an emphasis on traffic enforcement by increasing the size of our team by an additional officer currently and a 3rd one on its way. And they have also increased our ability to conduct direct enforcement. The 2nd officer was assigned late this past year, and we expect the 3rd traffic officer to be assigned to this team later this year. That will give us a complete traffic of 3 traffic officers. Historically, Santa Fe Springs has only had 1 for most of its time that we've been with you guys. So this is definitely increasing our ability and visibility out there to enforce traffic. Our traffic enforcement and prevention efforts continue to focus on common causes such as speeding, distracted driving, DUI, unsafe turn, right-of-way violations, and red light violations. Our next slide is our calls handled for the city of Santa Fe Springs. In 2025, our dispatch handled close to 200,000 phone calls. We also received 3,748 text to 911 messages, which is an important option for people who may not be able to safely call. And this number has increased. A lot more people are using text to 911 more. The Santa Fe Springs Patrol Division responded to over 17,000 calls for service. 4,000 of these calls were PSO response calls, which I want to say our teamwork has been so well together in supporting each other and helping each other out in the field, and it has been a pleasure to work with Arlene and her team. Of those 17,000 calls for service, we have successfully arrested 990 criminals during the year. These numbers reflect a very active year of public safety response, proactive enforcement, and investigation follow-through. In 2022, Santa Fe Springs City Council made a decision to invest in the latest crime-fighting technology by installing 30 LPR cameras throughout the city. In 2025, the system generated 231 calls for service. With these calls, we assisted in arresting and locating 39 stolen and wanted vehicles. These stolen vehicles are often used by criminals to commit other crimes, from stolen property, and we've also recovered guns and drugs from these vehicles.
Also, the decline of catalytic converters, too. You know, that's the biggest thing that was happening here in our community, especially since we're right off the freeway. It was easy to hit, and this is the reason why we instituted these license plate reader cameras. And we keep buying more just because we want to make sure that everybody's aware that we do have this. You know, when individuals know that they can't use a stolen car in our city, it's going to get tagged right away. And it puts the cops on their location as soon as possible.
Yes, and it's been very successful in following up on investigations from stolen catalytic converters or vehicles from the city. We can follow up the direction and where they've been in the city, or if they enter back into the city. Now, this has been one of the most effective tools we have for modern crime suppression, especially when it comes to vehicles when they're involved. This next slide is regarding the Special Enforcement Team, which we call SET, S-E-T, Special Enforcement Team. The Santa Fe Springs Special Enforcement Team and traffic teams are two of our busiest teams that we have. Proactive enforcement is being used to reduce risk. Throughout 2025, we've conducted special enforcement focused on AB 109 checks. These are probation and parole checks on early release criminals. During this time, the special enforcement team conducted 13 AB 109 searches with the assistance of Los Angeles County Probation and Los Angeles County DA's office and their CVRT, which is Community Violence Reduction Team. In the picture that is the first slide with the officers that are not facing us, that is a briefing prior to conducting these probation searches. The second photo is related to an investigation conducted by SET regarding a death investigation where they recovered over 30 pounds of THC, which is a substance from marijuana, several guns and rifles, and over 2,000 rounds of ammunition. And our third photo is Santa Fe Springs motor officer conducting direct enforcement. And part of the City Council's choice to add additional enforcement has allowed us to definitely impact traffic safety out there. So this is a photo from one of those times. Strategic enforcement are some of the fastest ways we can reduce collisions and improve public safety outcome. So our next slide is regarding body-worn cameras and tasers. Last year's budget, Santa Fe Springs City Council approved funding for the next generation of body-worn cameras and latest technology in less than lethal, which is the Taser 10 and the body-worn camera 4. I don't know if you can see the little camera there circled by the yellow. All our employees have been trained on these, and they are already deployed out in the field. We continue to rely on the body-worn cameras as a key tool for transparency, evidence collection, and strengthening public trust. We also utilize TASER 10 technology to support de-escalation and reduce the likelihood of serious force outcome when feasible. These tools help us to protect the public, our officers, and the integrity of investigations and prosecutions. And right now, the TASER 10 is the newest form of less lethal in the area. There's a lot of agencies that have transitioned. So thank you guys for supporting us in this new tool. The last slide, and I think this kind of will answer your information from earlier, Mayor. This is the current community policing area sergeants assigned to Santa Fe Springs. So there's 3 areas in Santa Fe Springs. Each of them are assigned a sergeant. I am more than happy to give my information, and anybody can call me at any time. But if you live in Area 1, Area 2, or Area 3, these are your direct sergeants that are out in the field dealing with the officers and the incidents. And I've provided their information. Their information is also on our website so that you can contact them anytime you have a question or if you want to contact me.
Can we also put this on our social media?
Sure.
Whether it be our Instagram or Facebook, and also if we can put it on our GoSFS app?
Not a
The
problem.
reason why I bring up the GoSFS app is because if you guys deal with any type of graffiti or anything else going on, a pothole, it's easier just to put the information there and the city staff respond within 24 hours. That's the goal of using that app. Instead of calling and trying to get a live person, it's going to take longer. So once you put that there, it's a great app to use. So I recommend everybody, hopefully one day we just use the app for everything that we need in this city.
And then our last slide, again, the badge. In closing, 2025 was a year marked by strong emergency responses performance, significant service demands, active enforcement, continued focus on traffic safety, and technology-driven success. Thank you for your time, your collaboration, and your support for public safety in the city of Santa Fe Springs. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions? Any additional questions?
Anybody have any questions?
Captain, I have one. One thing you didn't show or mention are drones. I know that's a new tool that a lot of law enforcement agencies are using now, especially when a crime is reported, that a drone can be launched and sent to that area and almost track the criminal from the time they're walking out of a building or to when a patrol car can be there. Does Whittier have any plans on instituting anything like that?
Well, you're absolutely correct, and I don't want to kill the surprise for my next presentation, but it'll probably be something close to what they call a DRF. It's a
Yes.
drone response.
It's a massive,
Yeah.
we were actually in that meeting.
We didn't put it out there, but a couple days ago, we were actually testing it in our city. So there were a bunch of drones flying around. We're testing their distance, so they're working on it.
Yeah, it's an amazing system, and yes, we are definitely looking into that.
Okay, thank you.
John? No?
I just want to say thank you for coming up here and giving your presentation, and we can't thank you enough for you and all our other officers. Please tell them thank you for keeping us safe, and we look forward to meeting the other officers too, or seeing more of them out there, because our residents just, come up and shake hands and see how we're doing. We want to see how you're doing. We want to see that this year, so.
And thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
and I have heard that, and I do plan to definitely get them involved.
Thank you.
Yeah, Captain, quickly, I know that the electronic license plate readers have been quite effective. But what about the cameras that we have placed in strategic areas with high graffiti activity?
As far as
Being able to catch the people in the act?
if it's pertaining to a vehicle and license plate, it will capture the cameras that we have are specifically for plate reading. If we do have the strategic cameras that we do have for certain areas that have high vandalism, we review those when we have incidents.
Have those cameras been successful in deterring graffiti in some of those areas that we have those cameras?
Yes, because you can't tell what kind of cameras they are, and so a lot of people that see the cameras, they don't want to be on camera. And we had a successful apprehension of vandalists just this past weekend with the help of park staff, PSOs, and the cameras.
So we do have cameras in certain neighborhoods, and I think what John's trying to ask, if it's successful and we can use them in other areas, we'd be more than glad to look at.
Or we can also buy more. Yes.
Correct, yes.
That's what he's asking.
Yes, the more cameras.
If they're working, then we need more.
We can invest in.
Yes, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. Yes, we could definitely, the more cameras that we have out there, it's additional eyes for us and helps our investigations.
Because even if they're dumping, I mean, we still need those cameras. If they're LCR, more of the license plate reader cameras, whatever we need, I mean, whatever makes our community, public safety is a key component here in the city of Santa Fe Springs, so.
Yes, definitely.
Juanita?
Also, I think the great collaboration we have even more now with Arlene in the position that you have. I mean, I can't commend you enough for what you've made public safety, our center to be, and it shows. It makes a big difference. You see it in our public safety officers. You see them with pride. You see them with a lot more integrity and the leadership that they have now because of you. And now also with their new captain together, I mean, we're gonna do great things. And so thank you. And like I said, the collaboration between you guys and the staff, you could see it already. So thank you.
And also through our director over here, Arlene, she also has a program that she instituted where they actually have volunteers, part of the PSO. So, maybe Corona's over here, you guys want to volunteer in that? I mean, you guys get to drive one of the vehicles, you get to just drive around the community and just, if you spot something, of course, you don't stop it, you call our Whittier PD, so they can be on it. So the more eyes that we have out there, the better we are as a community.
Your eyes are great.
Yeah, exactly. And then also just to bring up about once again, the Measure L, that also is instituting ambulance care. So I think with that's going to help us out with the response time, not only for fire department, but also policing, just so everybody can look at the different categories and know what to focus on. So it makes it easier. So thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
All right, at this time, changes to the agenda. Mr. Bobadilla.
Mr. Mayor, we have no changes to the agenda.
Public comments on non-agenda or non-public hearing agenda items. Public comments are now open. The public may address the city council on any item on the agenda or any other matter within the council's jurisdiction. You will have an opportunity to speak for 3 minutes. Once the city clerk announces your name, city clerk, do we have any members of the public wishing to speak?
We have no public comments at this time, Mayor.
Public comments is now closed. Staff communications on items of community interest.
We have no communications tonight, Mayor.
Regular business. Item number 5, we have appointments to the city commissions and committees and external organizations. We will begin with the appointments of the advisory committees and commissions. You guys want to look at that? It's in your folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask everybody if you're okay with your appointments that you have. You can just say you're still in agreement with your appointments. Councilmember Rounds?
I am still fine with the appointments I have. Thank you.
Councilmember Mora?
I'm good with what I have.
Councilmember Martin? And Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez?
I am good with mine. Thank you.
And myself, Mayor Zamora, I'm also fine with my appointments. Next, we have council subcommittees. I believe these are the capital improvement projects, Whittier PD contract, and trash hauler, is that correct? All right, so at this time, I have capital improvement projects. I have standing, I have Rodriguez and Rounds. Are you two okay still being on the committee?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
All right. Whittier PD contract, it says the ad hoc will be the mayor and the mayor pro tem. I'm fine with it. Are you okay with it? Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez?
Yes.
All right. Trash hauler, we have ad hoc, we have Zamora, myself, and Martin. Are you okay with it? So am I. All right, so those are our subcommittees. Last, we have external council committees, which are appointed of council to represent outside agencies. So, oh, it doesn't have the, you don't have the old names that we had already? From, huh? Yeah, but I don't have names on it.
Yeah, their names. They're there.
Oh, I don't have the names of the individuals.
Oh, well, here.
Yeah. Can I borrow this? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's because mine is blank. Yeah. Mine doesn't. Oh. It's not even in my folder, just to let you know. No, I'll just borrow John's, thank you. All right, so we have California Contract Cities, we have Martin, are you okay? All right, Chamber Youth Enrichment Fund Board, Rounds?
Yes.
City Selection Committee, League of Cal Cities, Mayor is represented, so that would be myself, Zamora, and then I need an alternate. Who would like to step in for as an alternate? Does it go Mayor Pro Tem? No, not that one. It's just a regular alternate.
I'll take it if nobody else does.
All right, so we'll put Martin there. And then we have Gateway City of Council of Governance, and that's myself and Martin. All right, I'm good with that. 91, 605, 405 committee, subcommittees of the COG. That's Zamora. That's myself. We rarely meet, but that one is, when we do meet, it's pretty intense because that has to do with the freeway expansion. And it was an interesting one years ago fighting to make sure they didn't expand the freeway. So successfully, they haven't done that, and we're going to fight to continue. I-5 Consortium Policy Board, we have, it says Rodriguez and Martin. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm good with that one, Mr. Mayor.
Martin? I'm good, sir. Joint Powers, JPIA, Insurance Authority, we have Martin, and was it Rounds? I thought it was Annette. No, but which? Okay. So are you guys good at that? Okay. Lakata, we have Rodriguez.
I'm good with that one.
League of California Cities, it says Mayor. And then the alternate will be Martin, which I'm good with that. Are you? Yeah. Sanitation District is the is mayor itself is, so it would be myself, and who would like to be the alternate?
I think it's supposed to be the Mayor Pro Tem.
All right, so it'd be myself and Annette. Then Santa Fe High School Education Foundation, Rodriguez.
Yes, I'm good with that.
SASFA, we have Mora.
Yep, good with that?
Siaka, we have Martin as the main and Rodriguez as the alternate. All right, Annette.
Yes.
Southeast Water Coalition Board, that's myself, Zamora. Southern California Association of Governance, that's Zamora. And Martin, are you okay with that? All right. And Vector Control, that's Rounds?
Yes.
All right. So we have the external committees. Is there any discussion or a motion of approval of appointments so I can get a first and a second?
I'll move.
Second?
Okay, moved by Councilmember Rounds, seconded by Councilmember Mora. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And I'm an aye also. So ordered. Consent calendar. Public Financing Authority, Water Utility Authority, Housing Successor Agency, and City Council consent calendar. We have a total of 17 consent items, numbers 6 through 22. Is there a motion of approval of consent calendar?
I'll move.
I have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez and seconded by Councilmember Martin. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, so ordered. Are we at quarterly update, or is that, no, that's part of the, we're at Council comments, AB 1234, council conference reporting. We will start with Councilmember Rounds.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I will report out AB 1234. I did attend a conference last week up in Sacramento for the, it was the
Cal Cities. California League.
the League of California Cities.
Yes.
Didn't realize until I heard it that there's 483 cities in California and 473 are members of this league. So it's a very, very big committee. The sessions were very intense, very long, a long day, and a long night. But we went over a number of issues, and I don't want to go over everything, but we talked about housing, we talked about local funding, project enhancements, transportation, communications, public works, community budgets, public safety, you name it, we talked about it. And one thing that I love when I do go to these and listen and people talking, that Santa Fe Springs is always on the top. We're never on the bottom of any of the issues that we have. So I'm very proud of our city, of the management staff that we have, bringing everything, and the council for what we do up here, so, and the residents. And we do this for the residents and the community and the business people. So, you know, we think of you all the time, and very proud of that. Like I said, it was a very good conference. So that's my reporting out there. I think for our first regular meeting of the season for this year, 2026, I think this was a great meeting. Going from Christmas, the float. I mean, what I loved about the Rose Parade float, it brought the entire community together. Not just the residents, not just the city council, but the staff members, all of our employees that were involved in it. And I want to just, so I don't miss anybody, thank you to everyone. Thank you to Santa Fe Springs for what you did coming together and for this. So with that, I know we've been here for a little while now, but thank you for being here tonight and being part of Santa Fe Springs. That's it.
Councilmember Mora, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No conferences since last meeting, but I did want to just, comment on what Councilmember Brown said. When we sat in conferences in Sacramento, the first time I went up there, they did talk about sitting down and discussing issues. How could our cities get better? And like you said, we were already there. We are all on top of that. We have a great team here together. It was a strong 2025 with, ending the year with our Rose Float, and looking forward to next 2020 to 2026. And I do want to make a comment and a shout out one more time to Kylie. You were coming into the Rose Float management of this as Maricela, our retiree, had gone out. It was raining, but you were there making sure that everybody, I think it was like herding chickens, making sure that everybody was down in the lobby at 4 o'clock, at 5 o'clock, helping out with the families that attended. You did an incredible job. I was going to mention this last time, but we had so much going on at the reorganization, but appreciate all your hard work. And then I made a little FUBA by keeping a key and keeping my wife without a car, and she stepped in and she handled business. So we really appreciate what you did that day. But have a great night, and we're looking forward to this year. Thank you.
Councilmember Martin?
Thank you, Mayor. I also attended the conference with Rounds and Mayor Zamora, and these conferences are like I said, it's long. They're long and different between California's League and Contract Cities. Contract Cities stops them like every 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
45 minutes an hour, and then you're done. League, you're in there for at least 2 hours.
2.5.
Well, who's counting, right?
I was.
Yeah. And they have a lot of issues that were brought up that weren't brought up at Contract Cities. A big thing is they push and they want us to do, and we do. I'm so proud of our council is we advocate. We advocate so much because we are such a small city. Just like Brown says, the topics he said, but this is just a little number. There'll be about $6 billion put in for homelessness, sober housing, all type of housing. we'll probably get 0 to nothing because our numbers of residents that we have, and that's very sad. So we have to advocate in different ways, and going to these conferences, meeting other people and seeing what their issues are, we can work and collaborate with other cities to help us grow and become one. So that's really good. They're looking at maybe changing the pension sustainability in CalPERS, because a lot of cities are actually going a negative when it comes to their retirement and stuff. And so they're actually trying to get something together so we can fix that. A big thing that they're trying to do, and they're pushing this, is fixing the insurances for housing, for houses and for fire, earthquake, because it's so expensive. A lot of people, perfect example in Altadena, they didn't have insurances because it's too expensive. So they're trying to rebuild it and restructure it, and that's what they're pushing, and I hope something gets done. $1 billion can go to the high-speed rail. We will probably see none of that. Caltrans is getting $225 million. We will probably see none. And I'm so happy that Renee, our city manager, actually stepped up. When you see the off-ramps, that's not Caltrans that was cleaning it at one point. We actually did our own staff to clean that so our city can look good. And that's the stuff that we have to do as a city, and we're stepping up to it, and I'm very proud to be up here because, I mean, our city is great, and our volunteers. And I want to say, I mean, if you guys ever rode the float, the Rose Parade float, it's something that's, you cannot experience it. But the best part of it all was when you're riding and you see some of your residents there. And I mean, I saw, you were so wet at that stop. I don't know where you were. She was literally toward the end, and seeing her, and it was with Nancy, I think, around there. And the fact of seeing a smile from one of our residents there, that what made it all. I mean, I think at one point I was saying Merry Christmas because I was so tired. I mean, because it's like, it's so overwhelming. But then when you see our residents actually be there and proud of where you guys have been, I mean, thank you. Thank you for being out there. It was awesome. I said, so proud to be up here. And you know what? You're not going anywhere, Arlene. I know you might be going pretty soon. I mean, I'm making a statement. I think you need to be here a lot longer than you think you're going to be here, just because, you know, but just saying it. But no, thank you so much for everyone being here. Thank you for the decorating the houses during the Christmas times. It makes a big difference in our city. So that's it. Thank you.
Arlene's not going anywhere. We just made changes, and she can't bail out on us. We need, yeah, we need you, so, all right. So Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez?
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I'm not going to say everything that they just said, because we go to a lot of the same things, and we talk about the same issues too. The homeless, the parks, and everything is just so important, and they cover everything. But the Rose Parade was just an amazing event, and even in the pouring down rain, we all stuck it out. We wanted to be on that float, and we were so proud. We want to thank all the volunteers that helped put that float together, to go to the mixer, just to be there with us and support. It just means everything, and we just want to say thank you for it all, because it can't be easy, you know, going all the way to Irvine. Where did we go to? Irwindale, and do all that, put it together. But everybody seemed to be very excited and wanting to do this, because it was a different program than what we're used to. The reorganization was just an amazing council meeting a couple of weeks ago, and we have a new mayor here, if in case some people didn't notice, and I just want to congratulate him again. I know that he's going to do a fabulous job, and like we all have when everybody else was mayor. But Joe Angel, I'm just so excited to see all the new ideas and everything that you have to bring to the table.
Thank you.
Not that you haven't already, but now you're mayor. I just want to say I hope people come to our job fair that we're going to have, and there's going to be a Quartermania by Leaf this Saturday, excuse me, you didn't hear that, but Saturday. I want to go to it. In case you haven't been to a Quartermania, talk to me afterwards, because I have some seats and I'd like you to attend with me. All right, and it's going to be a great event. Yes, bring quarters. You could win a purse that's about a $300 purse for 75 cents. So just come on down, and it's for a good cause. So I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for all your volunteerism. And the homes were beautiful that we just seen up there. Keep doing what you're doing, because for one, we love it, and we know our kids love it, to see all that all the lights at Christmas time. So thank you very much. Have a great evening. God bless you.
Real quick, I'm going to open it back up to Councilmember Martins because she has to add something from Siaka.
Yeah, if anybody's interested in any type of adoption, February 3rd to the 28th, the adoptions are only going to be $14, which is a big saving, and there's such a big selection. Actually, our numbers have gone down tremendously, and but we still have some in there. So we still have some fur animals that need to be adopted, and it's $14 right now from actually February 3rd to the 28th. And also the program that we have, if you need your dog spayed or neutered, take your receipt into public safety and we will reimburse you. $395?
Don't worry about it.
$300. So please do it. Yes, you can. You can go preview all the puppies there. Yes.
You try them out before you.
Exactly. So please, thank you so much. Thank you, Mayor.
I'm going to open it back up.
Congratulations on your election to the board of Hispanic Caucus. I saw that email, so I just want to say congratulations. Thank you.
Rick, John just stole that line from me. Yeah, I was going to say that, but now I can't. But either way, I'm just kidding. When it comes to the Tournament of Roses, I mean, it was actually really fun. We see a lot of people out there, and they're working together, and you just see the smiles because they take great pride in being out on the float, young and old, and it was just amazing to see. And even the things that we do throughout the year, the different programs, the different events that we have. People don't realize that during the holidays, we have a lot of people who are alone, and a lot of people suffer with mental health. And having events, having things for people to go to, it gives them that chance to know that they belong. Not only to community, but there's other people that really care and love them. And that's why we're here, to really, truly care. And, I just want to make sure people realize that mental health is a big component nowadays when it comes to homelessness. We tried real hard to convince the county, and when it was just always spending homeless dollars just on homeless, and people are not looking at the drug addictions, not looking at mental health, and they don't see the correlation of mental health and drug addiction. And it's hard because when you're dealing with people and you're not trying to fight, you're trying to be respectful. It makes it very, very difficult. But luckily, as a city, and not only that, as a Gateway Cities region, I sit on the homeless committee, and those are the two aspects that we look at. First is mental health and drug addiction, and just to make sure so we can properly house them. We also look at foster care. We're doing a lot because everybody's talking about how many young people are out there, and why is there so many young people, homeless? And it's like, well, it's because of you guys. The system's broken, and nobody wants to say that. And and instead of pointing fingers, my thing is just, hey, how can we figure out results? Just because results do matter in the end. It doesn't matter. These kids didn't choose that lifestyle. They didn't choose to be, whatever happens, when it comes to a Department of Children and Family Service kid. It's just sad circumstances, and we just do our part to step up. So I also attended the AB 1234 conference with Juanita and Bill. There were long sessions, really long. Food wasn't good. So, but there was something interesting on Friday. I had the opportunity to, because I really wanted to attend the housing and the tax. And man, so the League of Cal Cities, like Bill said, there's 400 and what, how many? 73 cities. The whole part of it is the unity. We have to be united. Well, I saw something that caused a rift in the meeting. So when I was attending this, everybody's like, you gotta go to this. You have to go. Because if it changes here, it may change for your city. In a city like yours, everybody's always looking to go after your tax dollars. Because we don't have the number of people, the number of voters in their eyes to really show a threat. We don't have leverage that way. So we have to be smarter in that sense. We have to come together, and they brought up the Bradley Burns tax, and it's a 1% tax. And what it's going to do if the league follows through, but I think if they do, they're going to lose a good chunk of their members. And that committee eventually is just going to go away. So I hope they don't pass it. I know a lot of other people would look for it, but I just look at it like, if you're working hard as a city, then guess what? You should be rewarded because you put that in your general plan. And what it does is it will take away from fulfillment centers. So if there's a fulfillment center in a city, like take for instance, we'll say Moreno Valley, that has like I think it's an Amazon, and it will actually take away $20 million of revenue. And it would be shared 50-50 with all the other cities. Would we get something out of it? We'd really get pennies on the dollar, if anything, because we're a small location. We don't have a lot of residents. Like the city manager told me, he said it really doesn't move the needle either way. But I know it would move the needle if it did go through. And of course, the first thing they're going to do is try to hurt cities that have, that do pretty well when it comes to point of sales. So point of sales is a key component that we try to drive into the city of Santa Fe Springs. So they actually voted for it. It was a 25-15 in favor of doing the split. Of course, the board still has to look at what they're going to do. The city of Ontario would probably lose maybe over $400 million of their revenue. And imagine that. So, I mean, I'm worried about 40 million being taken from us, and imagine somebody being, looking at taking 400 million. It's just, every city has to look at their niche. Every city has to do their due diligence, and this is why you have key components in your city, like our city manager, our assistant city manager, Arlene, who's not going to leave us anytime soon. That's why I'm bringing this up. We got Mike, we got David. I'm sorry for not using, chief in your titles, but in the end, it's not the title, it's the person. It's the person that takes up that role to see if they're truly dedicated to what's doing best for this community. Because you can say it all you want that, hey, we're a family, we're friends, we're this, we're that. But in the end, am I really doing my part? Am I truly fighting for you? And this is why we look to pass these measures. This is why where last year when we pushed this measure for Measure L, we were like the only city on the ballot. And then Prop 50, we were willing, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, we were really willing to invest $600,000 to make $4 million a year. I looked at it, man, it's an awesome trade-off. 50-50, all we need is 50 plus 1. Great way to make sure we keep our money. Luckily, Prop 50 stepped in, and we got it for pennies on the dollar just to do, because they had to do an election anyways in the 88 cities. So I think we had to pay, one out of the 88th, component, so it worked out in the end. So other than that, I just always ask that God may always have a hedge of protection around the city of Santa Fe Springs. May God always bless the city of Santa Fe Springs, and may God always bless this city and staff and our residents. So thank you very much, and I would like to adjourn this meeting to my aunt who passed away on Sunday. And it was sad not because my aunt passed, because I know she's in a better place, but having to tell my mom, I know I haven't apologized to her, but I had to make sure her devices were off so she didn't see the social media. So I just wanted to do what a good son would do. So I want to dedicate this time to Maria de la Luz Salceda. Thank you for being an amazing person. Thank you for being a sister to my mom and always being that person that she can always count on. So I know you're in heaven now. Meeting adjourned.